Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to the Dice Warmers, a podcast where we talk about all things geeky, and we sometimes record topless because it's bloody warm in Wales. I'm Vass, and with me today, as always, we have Cazz.
Non-topless.
And the unbelievably sexy David.
Hello, and I'm not topless. Just so you know.
Am I the only one who's topless right now? That's
Yes.
not cool, guys.
Yeah.
I actually am contemplating putting more layers on.
Putting
I live
more
in a-
layers? Are you mental? Wait,
I
don't
think I
ask
live
that.
in-
I already know you're mental.
I don't know what this house is just cold.
I
or
keep
at least this
forgetting-
one room.
I keep forgetting about your cardiac condition, Cazz.
No, I think I live in a castle. I think that's the problem.
Ooh, you're a
not in Caerphilly
princess.
Castle, is it?
Well, okay, I think I live
Castle
in
Court?
what was built in the same era as castle. I don't know, but it's bloody freezing. It's like
It's not
lead-lined walls.
So no one else felt like, oh, it's bloody hot today. It was
It
just
was
me.
earlier. I went out for a walk and it was particularly hot, especially during the afternoon. But at the moment,
It was
nice.
like 20 degrees. Like, what the fuck, Wales?
I
When I
know.
moved here, you promised me rain. What's happening?
We've given you rain, and now we've given you an
Yeah,
extra surprise of
I
a bit
need
of
more rain.
sunshine.
The thing is, right, you complain about this every single year. Like, I've known you for how many years now, and you complain about it every year. It's so hot in Wales. Why is it so hot? It's always supposed to be raining. And you know what? We only actually have sun about 3 weeks a year.
Yes, and that's too much.
Go somewhere else then. Go to Canada.
Go to Scotland.
Go to Scotland. Yeah, you will
Yeah.
definitely get shitty weather there.
What about Sweden?
I'll be honest, I've never been,
Norway.
but
I mean,
all right.
Snow mostly.
Iceland is has crappy weather like all the time, right?
Well, they have snow. I don't know if it's crappy, but I think when the sun hits, it probably feels quite warm because everything is white.
I mean, a couple of years back, there was this job opening in Antarctica. I should have applied.
You should have. But then we wouldn't be doing this, and we would never have met. You should have.
Yes, we would have met. We met more than 2 years ago. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. Well, then we would never have done this.
No. What was that?
What job was that?
Yeah,
So
curious.
there is a scientific station in Antarctica, the Mercmunto scientific. I'm probably butchering the name. So it's got like a lot of scientists and all that are doing experiments in Antarctica because reasons, and obviously all these scientists need people to support them there. They need cooks, they need nurses, they need all kinds of stuff. So there was a nurse opening there. The problem is there's a couple of requirements. One of them being you need to have your appendix removed before you go there.
What? That's an odd one.
It's not really, because if for some
Not
reason
really, because if you have a problem with your appendix, there's no
you
way you die
basically
from it. Yeah, burst appendix kills you.
I mean,
if you don't have an appendix,
they're not telling you go have an operation. We're telling you applicants should ideally have, their appendixes removed. So if you had an operation for appendicitis, good job. And the other thing is you need to have all your wisdom tooth out for similar reasons.
Just in case they pull through.
Yeah.
Why don't they hire a dentist?
I found it funny that you were like, so if you've had your appendix removed, well done. It's like, yeah, because that was their choice.
Yes, no, because the appendix is a vestigial organ that has no use anymore. It's a remnant of our evolution. And yes, people, we have evolved. Yes.
Some of us more than others.
Yes,
that's very true.
Yeah.
That's being confirmed daily in my interactions with the world. Yes.
Well, you are a nurse, so if you're going to come across any idiots, that's where you're going to come across it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wish we evolved to not actually have cramps in our foot.
I don't like it.
It was warmer than usual. It wasn't bad, but I work inside and have not had a chance to go outside yet.
Yeah. See, when I left work, like the sun was so bright. I'm like, oh, fuck off, sun. Seriously.
No, I think you're the only person who said that.
Probably. I bet
genuinely think
everyone
people
else
are
was
probably
out in the
walking around in
parks,
shorts
having
today.
the time of their lives.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and
a
I was
bank
like,
holiday
"Ugh."
weekend as well,
Oh
so
yeah.
I'm
lot
so
of
excited
people-
about that.
a lot of people will be out and about tomorrow,
Does that
all
include
the way
you,
through to
Cazz?
Monday.
I
Me?
was-
No, I'm working tomorrow, so
No, yeah, I'm working tomorrow as well, but I mean, like,
I am too. Oh.
after whatever 5
after
o'clock.
work.
Hmm.
Oh,
Well-
I have gamings on Friday, so I will probably have just enough time after work to get something to eat before
Oh,
gaming
wait.
starts.
Are we doing
I-
Odyssey this Friday?
We are
Yeah,
doing
aren't
Odyssey
we?
this Friday.
Nice.
We've missed it for a few weeks because we were doing Monster of the Week.
Yeah,
so
because we were having fun. How dare we have fun
it was.
playing another game?
I really enjoyed Monster of the Week.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
I'll be
play-
honest, I miss Odyssey as well.
Oh.
I do a bit, yeah. I miss my character, a barbarian minotaur. She is hardcore,
How
but not
cliche.
stupid.
No.
Pardon?
No.
How cliche. A barbarian minotaur.
Yeah, well,
Why could-
everybody
why-
else went
Why couldn't you
squishy
be
characters
a flower girl minotaur?
because Flower Girl is not a class that I am aware of.
You have
What
no
about?
imagination.
Did they have alchemists in?
Hang on, what
in
makes you
D&D?
think that Mace wasn't Flower Girl at a wedding?
Ah,
She
okay.
probably
Because
was.
I read
Cazz has
her
caught you there.
backstory and that's not included.
How? I haven't written a backstory.
Oh,
I made one up on the
Shit.
spot when I was asked.
I got
What's your
caught.
character's backstory? I can't remember it.
What did you
But-
ask, David?
well, I was going to
Is there
say,
an
surely there should
alchemist?
be like a herbalist class, or at least a herbalist direction you can take when your characters.
No, because herbalism is like a
Drew-
profession. It's not a class.
Yeah,
You've got druids who are obviously all planties, and then you have got the
planties.
Druids are the vegetarian
Planties.
option of D&D.
vegan option, not vegetarian, vegan.
Okay. Well, but what if you can milk a druid, though? Wouldn't that make them vegetarian instead of vegan?
Why would you milk a druid?
I don't
Well,
know.
no,
but
because
sometimes you
cows are
have to.
technically vegan. It's what you eat, isn't it? You know, if they drank their own milk, then no, they would no longer be.
But they do drink
Oh.
their own milk. Well, their
Do
mother's
they?
milk. Yeah.
Well,
little,
yeah,
little
but
cows drink milk. So cows are vegetarian, not vegan.
well, no, because when they get to being adults, they're vegetarian when they're babies.
Mhm.
But when they get to adults, they become
Do you
vegan.
think-
It's
do you
like
think-
human beings.
Do you think like cows are like real assholes and like, yeah, I'm vegan, yeah. What do you think about that, human?
I
think they
guess they would be
think
wearing
like that?
beanies, sort of like glasses, and sort of like scarves and everything. Oh my goodness, that's me.
So you're saying
no.
all vegans are hipsters, is what you're saying, David?
I don't know. I've met a few. They're nice. So, but as I say, it takes a lot.
Do
of
you know? Do
commitment.
you know how you can tell that someone is a vegan, David? He'll tell you the first 5 seconds that he meets
Yeah,
Oh, that's
that's
a
probably
cool
true.
phrase, like.
Actually, I want to
Yeah.
know if that's true.
you. Oh man, how many people
That's a
have
good
I
joke, though.
offended right now? I don't know.
I don't know how many of the people listening to this are vegan,
By the way,
but they're
the
probably
podcast,
offended and then thinking about it and going, actually, you know what? I'm going to stop doing that.
Yeah, sorry guys,
What?
the podcast
Stop
is not
watching a
vegan.
podcast or stop being vegan.
Sorry,
It's not vegan friendly.
no.
Well, no, we're not.
No, we are vegan friendly, but the
We're very
podcast
vegan
itself,
friendly.
it's quite meaty.
It is quite meaty.
Mm. A lot of gristle
Yeah.
as well.
I
Lots
mean,
of gristle.
Lots of what?
it's
Gristle.
not got
you know.
gristle. Gristle's
well,
the bit
it's-
that people don't like.
Yeah,
Why would you
but
say we've got a lot of
What are
gristle?
you saying, David? What are you
David?
implying about
David?
our
I tried to
own
make an
podcast?
analogy and it just didn't
David,
work.
what are you doing?
I'm
You're
sorry.
going to put people off. Oh, David.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
always one, eh?
It's
Always
all ruined
one.
now. It's all
No,
ruined.
please.
All these months
no.
of effort.
But anyway, what happened? Like, didn't your in
Don't
your
try to
Odyssey?
change the subject, David.
Sorry.
Don't try to switch the subject to something geeky so you can distract us from.
I would actually like to go back to what we were talking about. Yes, you've got the druid, but you've also got the artificer. And one of the artificer specialties is alchemist. So I don't know if that is
I did not
somewhere
know
along
that.
lines. Did you not? That's somewhere
No.
along lines of what you're looking for, maybe.
Nice.
Artificer is a bit like a steampunky thing, right? It's what Rob plays, right? He's a
Yeah.
good wizard.
Yeah, so you've got like I think it splits into 4 different specialties. Specializes. Special. I can't say the word today. So you got the alchemist, the artillerist, armorer, and battlesmith. So
Okay.
yeah, it's a really cool class.
There are options. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a really, really cool class.
I mean, it's not for every setting, obviously.
No.
Like
no,
if technology
but it's definitely worth playing a
yeah.
try. If you get the opportunity.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Van Richten's guide actually to see, because I think they said they're bringing in either new classes or new options for existing classes.
All right. Oh.
Is this for the Ravenloft book?
Well, yeah, it is technically Ravenloft, but I think they made it so it applies a lot more to like horror campaigns. So it's like a guidebook how to play horror in D&D.
That's a good spin.
Because it has a lot of like suggestions about settings apart from Ravenloft.
That would be a very interesting book.
Is it already out? Or
I think it is actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen Wizards of the Coast actually post a lot about it over the last few days.
Richten, I mean, we all know who inspired that name, right?
Yeah.
Van Halen?
Yeah, Van Halen.
Van Halen.
Isn't that like a metal band or rock band?
Yes, it's a metal band. Do you mean Van Helsing?
No.
You genuinely mean Van Halen?
Halen, yeah.
Jesus Christ, David! I swear to God.
Like the rest of the rest of our listeners have now just gone.
And I love, like you said, aren't they like a band? Yeah.
Aren't they like a metal band? Oh God, David.
Sorry, I don't listen to metal. It's all rock.
It's not metal.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether they're metal or pop or what. You should have heard of Van Halen.
It's me. It's like me saying Ronaldinho. Yeah, I don't play football. I don't like football. Is not my thing. Yeah, but Ronaldinho. Yeah.
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
Was it Ronaldo?
No, guys, we have Ronaldinho as well.
I haven't got a clue who that is.
Yeah, so if you don't have a clue, Cazz, don't correct me. Then.
Well, that's what I was asking. Who's that?
Ronaldinho.
Never heard of him.
Oh,
but I don't follow football, so.
Nope.
Yeah, but you're making
Who
my
does he
point.
play for?
I don't know.
He's a big a top Brazilian footballer, guys. He played for Barcelona. He played for yeah.
Oh. Well, you learn something every day, don't you? But to be fair,
so I've actually just proved David's point.
We've just established that I'm less of a geek than both of you. That's amazing because I actually know sports stuff.
No, hang on. No, because I'm fairly sure that the world has looked to this now as you can actually be a sports geek as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because being a geek is literally just being a fan of a certain thing.
Yeah, of course.
So there are sports
we know
geeks.
that,
and people who watch sports cosplay.
Look. Yeah, of course they dress up like their favorite footballer.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So being
I'm not
being
a nerd.
Into football doesn't stop you from being a nerd or a geek.
Yeah, you're a major nerd. Like if you can name who won the fucking World Cup,
you're a nerd. Yeah,
you're a fucking nerd. You might have more muscles than I do, but you're a fucking nerd.
Oh, I don't know. Have you seen a lot of people who just watch football? We're talking about the people who watch football, not play it.
Yeah.
They don't have that much muscle. Because they sit in front of the TV watching it. Their leg muscles are great from every 2 seconds where they jump out of their seats. But other than that...
And they scream at the referee how they know best.
Yeah. You know they're a football fan when they're actually a bit louder than everyone else. It's like,
if anything, though,
they're deaf from all the shouting around them.
We know how to respect the referee, you know,
mm-hmm.
in our games.
Yes.
I don't know. Last time I watched rugby was the England-Wales match.
Cazz, I'm talking about Game Masters.
Are you talking about Game Masters? Those referees.
Yeah,
exactly. Sure, that's why I said
respect the referees in our games.
I don't know. Not if you and I are in the same game together.
Well, okay, we generally respect.
There we go. Yeah. No. So no, we do not. We are just as bad as football fans.
No, we're not. You take that back. You take that back right now.
Never taking it back.
So,
I know where you live, and I'm gonna come over
you
there.
don't.
no, we don't actually.
Yes, I do. I've
Oh yeah,
got
we
your
do.
address.
Yeah.
Wait, how? What?
Birthdays, what have you?
Yeah.
Ah,
How do you think you
shit.
got birthday presents delivered?
Well, I didn't. I came to collect mine from you.
Okay.
But what about
How
Rob?
did Rob get his birthday
Oh,
present
okay.
delivered then?
Okay, fine. Fine. All right, you got me there.
I just had a thought as well. Like we were talking about referees being keepers and GMs and DMs and all that. Does VAR, that system where they actually double check if a football's gone over to the goal, is that a computer instead? Is that
No, that's the rule book.
No, but VAR is kind of
I
like
have no idea what that is, David. I'm sorry.
We don't need an analogy, David. Move on.
No.
No, hang on.
Otherwise we're getting to a
VAR
crystal.
is a computer that does what to a football?
It basically
They check if the ball has crossed the line and if it's a goal or not.
So basically, it's just
It's taking the fun out of football, basically.
Yeah.
Just have the referee make a decision and move on. It's fine.
Oh, so it's literally
sometimes.
just a camera that records the side of a
Yeah,
field.
they just sell it as something more. And they're like, oh, it's called blah, blah, blah. It's high tech. No, it's a camera, dude. Just
a tracking camera that tracks.
I would say that would literally just be a case of the book. Because if you really want to find out whether the rule is correct or not, because you ask the referee, and if they don't necessarily know the rules from the book, they would then consult the book, and the book would tell you correct.
That's why when you go to the fourth referee, and you're like, was my decision correct? And he confirms it. That's your rules lawyer at your table.
The GM, keeper, DM, what have you, their rule is weird anyway.
Can we stop with the sports metaphor? Like,
yeah,
we have stopped with sports. We're talking about how godlike GMs are now.
I mean,
they rule the world. Don't argue with them.
Some of them have god complexes. I'll give you that.
That is true. Some of them,
like me.
Yes, exactly like you. That was the example I was thinking of as well.
Well, I've got self-awareness.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you are aware of the fact that you're a
prick.
Well, not the exact word I was thinking of, but yeah.
Oh,
fuck
poor
off.
You.
I was thinking more arsehole, but
I mean, we've both been guilty of that at times.
Oh, 100%. I'm not denying that I'm not. Whenever I GM, I have not killed a player.
When are you GMing, by the way?
Yeah, I'm interested.
I actually have a final story in place, ready to go. I just need to get my players together. So.
Oh, something happened with David. David, what's wrong?
No, he was excited.
I'm just excited.
Oh, yeah. Was he? Oh, sorry. Because, like...
come on now.
I do the inhale, yes.
I thought an intruder had come in and attempted to stab you there, but obviously that was wrong.
No. They'll probably be shocked
he just got excited. You know what he's like. He gets excited easily.
And that's me being an asshole, by the way.
Yes. I think everybody picked up on that. I don't think there was any denying that fact at all.
Just in case.
Just in case people didn't realise you were being a dick.
But tell us more about this. So you've got the story done.
No, don't tell us more about the story. Don't spoil it.
Your players. Why would I tell you about it?
I'm more interested about, have you got a plan, sort of like...
she has no plan, David. She has a story, but no plan.
I'm kind of hoping that when I lay out the option for you, you take A rather than B, because B will lead to no story.
Good. We'll take B then.
Okay, in that case, I have no story ready, and I'm ready to do 0 session of Icewind Dale.
Awesome.
Ooh.
So, those are your options, really. No final closure for your characters. You're just jumping straight into a new one.
We'll have to delay Icewind Dale until it's like proper winter, because right now it's
winter.
like it's 45
it's too
degrees
hot.
outside.
It's too hot for Icewind Dale.
Yes.
It's liquid.
I cannot get into the spirit of Icewind Dale.
It's Waterwind Dale, is it?
when it's 50 degrees outside.
All right, okay. I'm happy to do that if you want. I will wait until.
No,
wait until October.
You're not getting away that easy.
And I will because
no.
I've got Candlekeep Mysteries I can keep you guys going with.
Candlekeep Mysteries.
Yeah, but David has already spoiled that for him.
David has not read that book.
Not all of it. No, I've read bits of it, but I haven't. I've read the first page of every one.
He has. He's read it.
You've read the first page.
Yes.
Have you flicked through it?
I've done a flick through and a stop read.
He's read it.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't read it.
Not all of it.
He had a lot of books.
No, he just said not all of it.
Not all of it. So more than the first page.
More than the first page, yes.
So you lied to me. I can't believe you just lied to me.
I can't believe you didn't trust me.
I flicked through, read a page, flicked through again, read a page, flicked through, read a page. That was my process in the book.
So you've read the first page of every time you flicked through the book.
Mostly.
Hang on 1 second. Hang on.
You're going to go into your Candlekeep Mysteries book. Well, it's kind of like how I skim through a Pathfinder book.
So let me get this straight, right? There are 224 pages. How many times did you flick through the book? 220?
Nope, only about 4 times.
4 times. So you've read 4 pages.
Yeah. No, I've read more than 4 pages.
You've read more than 4 pages.
He's lying. He's
how many? I want to know how many. He's flicked through every page, starting from 1.
Yeah,
going
one page at a time. Every page, looked at it, and went, "Oh!" And if something interesting was there, he read it.
He read it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then That's exactly what I did.
So
there we go. So the truth finally comes out.
Yeah. So you need to tell me which ones you've read and which ones you haven't read, because clearly, I need to avoid the ones you have read.
It has been 2-3 weeks.
Ban you from my table.
It has been 2-3 weeks.
2 or 3 weeks.
Ban him.
Ban him from my table for reading ahead of time. You know
There's
what?
been like 2-3 weeks since I've actually picked it up, so yeah, I've forgotten most of it.
Have you really?
Yes.
Actually, this is David. I can't believe that.
The only
His
one
memory is not great.
The only one that I did pick me interest was that one, particularly with the
Don't spoil it. Good God.
No, it's that one that had all the controversy in it. I just wanted to read it.
Oh, okay.
Right, okay.
But yeah, but that's all I've read.
The one where the guy said, "Oh, that's not my adventure." They changed it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I went, wonder what's that about? Read the book. I've got the book. Okay. Let's double check.
And then he was like, "Oh, this was nice. Let's read the next one." And then he read the whole book, Cazz.
No.
Right. Okay.
No, you're safe, Cazz. You're very,
I don't think we are safe. I
mean, look. If anything, you're spoiling it for yourself if you've read it. So.
But you know what? I also have a book that I got for my birthday, Game Master's Book of Random Encounters. So I could just make you do a load of random encounters until winter.
Oh. No, if I'm doing a winter adventure in June.
Did you say never do that?
No, I said never winter.
Never winter.
Yeah,
it is. It is going to be winter. Look, it'll be winter in about 3 weeks. Okay.
That is true.
This is not going to last forever.
We're going to have a bit of a heat wave, and then we're going to have a Wales winter, which is rain, which is pretty much all the time.
Let's see. Let's see how it goes. Let's pray to Thor that thunder and hailstorms and snow will descend upon Cardiff. That's what we're all praying for.
We have had
right?
snow in June before, so it's not impossible.
And we had hail in May, so
yeah.
It was on record to be the wettest May of I think ever recorded.
April was a bit of a weird one because we were supposed to have all the rain then, and we didn't.
I had a girlfriend who broke that record once, David, being the wettest.
Why?
I don't know why. She's just yeah. She was
David,
like,
why would you say that? Look, you know full well that before
really
this conversation started, before we start this podcast, Vass said that he was going to try and make you blush as many times as possible.
You've got 3 in.
Wettest on record. I should change her name on my contact
in your phone
list,
to wettest.
Yeah,
on record.
I'll change my Twitter handle.
Was her name May or June?
No, you know why? Because she was Greek, and we don't have names like May or June.
No. because that would be too easy.
Yeah. What would be
Like
the name?
That would be
June.
too English.
What is the Greek phrase for May?
You mean the phrase?
The
You
month.
mean word?
Yeah, the
The
word. Yeah.
word.
For May is Maios.
Oh, Myos. Yeah. You dated someone called Myos. There you go.
Well, yeah.
Well, no, he didn't.
No, he didn't, but.
Oh, David.
I know I'm getting all the. I could feel it through. Even we haven't got the cameras on, but yeah, I could feel it. Like just the look of dismay and just.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, David.
This is.
He could feel the dismay through the camera.
Okay.
Even though there is no camera.
Right.
Can we talk about something geeky now, please? Because our listeners are going to tune off and go, what is this bullshit?
The two listeners that have stayed on until now, thank you, first of all.
Yes.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, we do appreciate it. It's been a long time coming, but
so
keep with
what
us.
No,
geeky
it's been
thing have you been doing
25 minutes coming.
That's true.
I mean, sometimes, not always.
That's unhealthy for you, okay? Be careful.
Hey, it's not me that's doing the 8-hour-long sex sessions, okay?
It's not. Hang on, I'm not doing 8-hour-long sex sessions.
7? 6?
No, it's
No.
usually
Please, guys, leave us a comment. What you think is a good average for a sex
2
session
sets of
to
4.
last.
A session now. This is like foreplay and everything included, okay? Not just in and out, bam, boom, done. Okay.
No, that's not a session.
Because apparently that's 25 minutes.
Well, 28
Probably.
according to some
Oh,
studies.
I'm sorry, 28 minutes according to your
and
science.
that's the average. That's the average.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what happened with that?
This is like 5 times David's blush now.
Yeah, that is 5 times.
Yeah.
But with that, when they were testing out, or at least experimenting, and
I don't think they were
going,
testing anything, David. They were asking questions. I don't
Yeah,
think they were like, okay, fuck, and they were like,
do you think
holding
these
like timers.
No, they asked the questions, and obviously everybody boasted higher, and then
I
they
think
halved
in David's
that,
mind,
and that's
they were
what
like
they went with.
scientists in a room, and people were fucking, and they were just measuring.
going, yes, 28 minutes. Yes.
Let's see, can they go 30? I wonder.
What, going up by a microscope and going, yes. Oh,
Well,
28
David, sometimes you need a microscope, man. It's sad,
no.
but yeah. Girls are like, where is it? I can't see it.
Right there.
Oh, that's mean.
Oh. You need to hold
Did they
up
say
this.
that to you, Vass?
Once, but then I killed them. No,
Oh, okay.
no, I didn't kill them.
Yes.
I just they're still in my
I
basement.
don't want to know. I was messing. I don't want to know.
You actually
I
need
don't
a
want to ask
special.
that question. I didn't mean it.
Look! My penis is small, but it looks big when I hold it, so it's fine.
No.
And let's be honest, usually it is me that's holding it, so
To be honest,
Is that why
reminds.
guys like girls with small hands?
Yes, exactly, because it makes our dicks look huge.
David's like 7 blushes by now, surely.
They've all merged into one.
And girls
They're
are like,
like-
"Oh, this is so big, it can barely fit my hands." And you go like, "Yeah, oh yeah."
Oh no.
Uh,
We need to change the subject to
We need
something
to
more
change it to something
interesting.
geeky.
then stop bringing up all the sexy talk.
All right.
Then move on.
What about? I am very excited at the moment because
Are you? Sorry, go on.
they have released. It's the 35th anniversary of Dragon Quest at the moment.
Right.
I am thrilled.
So that's like a
because-
decade more than you're alive. Go on.
So I have never played, apart from a little bit of 10, many Final Fantasy games at all. So the only game series I actually played was Dragon Quest.
Right.
So
So you
I
played
got
Dragon Quest from the start.
not from the start. I started from 8, and then I proceeded to get the DS versions and whichever version then later on.
Okay.
So I started at 8, the 3D era.
Right.
Yeah.
But
I think I started playing from number 7.
I don't think
Is
I've
when I
played
started, I think.
any EverQuest game because it wasn't like when EverQuest games were like the big
No,
thing.
we're talking about Dragon Quest.
Oh yeah, sorry,
Quest,
I
Dragon
didn't mean
Quest.
Dragon Quest. Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
But when they were like the big thing, I didn't own a PC. I was a console geek. Um, and yeah, so I didn't play them. But my good friend Sotiris back in Greece had them and played them, and he was like, "Oh my god, you need to see this game!" So I watched him play. It was like a version of Twitch, but you are next to the person playing it.
Yes.
It was weird, kind of good.
Yeah. One of the most appealing things is, of course, the villain and monster designs. They've stayed true to ever since the original. Slimes especially. Oh my goodness, the slimes. But oh my goodness, Dragon Quest 8. I have no clue why they did this, but the only way you can level up is to get metal slimes.
Really?
Yeah.
That sounds a bit strange.
Yeah, it's kind of like they're in certain spots in certain areas, and if you hit them, they give you a enormous amount of XP.
Right, okay.
But as I say, they're extremely rare, and only certain attacks hit them, so you have to be very careful.
Okay.
When you get to the end game, especially, you can't just brute force. You have to level up, grind, level up, grind, level up, grind.
Oh, I hated the final. Some of the Final Fantasy games were like that. I think 7 at the end, you had to grind a lot to go into like a ridiculous level to have a chance to kill the last boss.
Yeah,
because otherwise it was just mental.
Yeah,
I hate grinding in games. Come on, companies, don't be lazy.
It was even worse in the casinos as well. There was the ultimate weapon of one of the characters in a casino, and you had to get like 100,000 coins, but it's casino coins, not real coins. So you had to grind. I think it took me about 12 hours.
Right, but I've seen you play World of Warcraft, David. So I think that's like for normal people, it's like 1 hour it would take.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Because Cazz, have I told you how bad David is at playing World of Warcraft?
Not bad.
No. What do you mean?
I'm just mediocre.
Okay, he's not bad, but he's like so.
It's getting
some of the decisions he makes are like very questionable.
Okay, like what?
He interprets the game world in his own way, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna do that, and maybe that will happen. Well, no, David, that's not what's gonna happen because the game doesn't work like that. The game is already designed, and you play it. It's not how you interpret it. But yeah, it's. Oh, what was that? What that quest yesterday, David? The prince's shoes. The quest was called Cazz, the price of shoes. And David was like, "Do you have that quest, the prince's shoes?" I'm like, "What? What quest?" I was looking at my quest log.
Is this another Michaels and the Machines?
Yeah, I don't know if it is.
It's happening all the time. Like, but he will mislabel like quest objects, herbs in the ground, like spells he has. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna cast that." I'm like, what is that, David?
Do you look at the first letter and just make up the rest of the word?
Yes.
Is that the problem?
No, I read it and I read it incorrectly, or the font is terrible. He decides
something else.
I think in that case, I'm fairly sure you need to either go to Specsavers.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think he needs to see a doctor because he has a very severe case of machinitis. I think it's called. It's a very serious condition. It is treatable, though. It is treatable.
Yeah. What is the treatment, by the way?
The treatment is regular World of Warcraft sessions where I make fun of you.
No.
Well, it seems to be working. He's getting better.
Yeah,
is he though?
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
I think this public shaming is clearly not working.
Well, we've joined a guild the other day, so public shaming is coming.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting.
Although we've had like in the conversations in the left-hand corner, they seem to be full of like newbies as well.
Yes, like you, David.
Yeah, I'm a newbie.
You are a noob.
I mean that in the nicest way possible. I wish I could go back to the time when Warcraft was new for me because it was a magical time. Honestly.
Yeah, but David is a noob on MMOs just in general, isn't he? Like,
I lost my MMO virginity with World of Warcraft. I hadn't played any MMOs before that.
I think I also did, but I wasn't on it for very long.
Okay.
And then
Yeah,
I went
That's
to
usually how
RuneScape.
losing virginities goes, though. It's not
Yeah.
doesn't last long.
I was with ESO, wasn't I? Elder Scrolls Online. That was my
Yeah,
first
ESO
one.
was your first one.
Dear.
But we're getting
Aw.
close now. TBC releases on the 1st of June.
I know.
It's a global release, so for us here in the UK, it
Maybe
releases
June
on
2nd?
midnight
Ooh.
of June
Okay.
1st. Yeah. I mean, I can't play it because I'm working the next day.
Oh.
Or I should
You
say,
haven't
I
booked it
shouldn't
off
play it. No. You know why? Because I'm not 20
because
anymore.
you're not that sad. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've got other priorities in my life.
I don't want
now.
to. I don't want to insult the people who will actually book the day off to do it.
Look, I'll be honest.
I've known people who book weeks off work just so that they can play specific games.
I was that guy. If I didn't,
Really?
if I hadn't started on this new job now, I would definitely take some time off to play. But because
Really?
100%, like at least a week.
Okay.
But just because it's a new job and I wanna,
You want to make a good impression,
basically. So
and you don't want to have to lie to them when they ask you why you've booked a week off work. Are you doing anything fun? Are you doing anything nice?
Going on holiday.
Fun for me. I'm not sure about other people.
Yeah, you don't want to lie to them. Yeah, that's fair.
I to be fair, I would honestly get a week off if I could get one off, and just play games all week. You know.
In all honesty, I actually had it at one point in time. I say at one point in time when Borderlands 3 came out.
Mm-hmm.
I was told I needed to book time off of work because
like,
I was
no,
because I was running out of time, and they said, "Look, this is your time frame for when you can have time off work."
Okay.
Like in the end, I went out and I was seeing people, seeing my family, so I didn't get to play the game, but I totally could have, and I probably would have been all right doing it as well.
Oh man,
But,
I was telling
yeah.
David the other day that the Burning Crusade was the most fun 2 years of my life, and I know that sounds sad, but it's not, because I was 20 years old or something, 23, 24, something. I was young. I didn't have any responsibilities. I was someone else paid my rent.
Yeah, but with the things like MMOs, it's not just the game; it's the people that you play with along the way.
Exactly, like the journey I took, like the 2-year journey during TBC. I met like people that I still keep in touch with to this day, and we have like a really strong friendship. And it's weird because I have not met them in real life still, which is mental, but they're like my best friends, you know?
Have you not seen photographs of them? Like photographs?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, obviously you see photos of the people.
taking the snaps.
So how old are you? Taking the snaps. Photograph. Taking snaps.
I remember
my
like being
Polaroid.
a total noob going into the Burning Crusade and going into my proper like first raid guild, and they took me to like my first raid and I was like, oh man, this is awesome. And then I realized that my guild was really crappy, and I moved on to other. Well, they were nice people, but bad players.
And unfortunately, that can happen.
Yeah, and then I went on to like play like really hardcore in TBC. I'm talking, I was raiding like 5 days a week for 3 hours every night for 3-4 hours. Yeah, definitely. Man,
those were the days, eh?
Those were the days.
When you could get away with being that sort of nerd.
The second I stepped through the dark portal, again, and I'm back in Outland. I think I'm gonna have a huge like nostalgia like thing happening. I might cry. I don't know. Like it was such a magical time, and I'm hoping to meet some of the people that I met back then. Like they're probably coming back to the game. So I have a big plan actually to go to the World of Warcraft forums and make like a post and try to find people who were in my guild back then and reunite. Because that'd be great.
A reunion, a big old reunion in the whole guild.
I mean, not all of them.
I think that'd be awesome. One of the games I played for a very, very long time is called Travian. Oh, I think I'm pronouncing that wrong. It was a long time ago, and it was just like I met so many people, and some of them I still talk to. But
Right.
there's some people that I would love to catch up with again. But obviously, the names that they went with on those, because the games don't last long, they'll have changed them. They wouldn't be the same people.
That's why I'm gonna make a
shame.
post, because back then I was playing a warlock called Garanor.
Garanor.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be like, oh guys, it's Garanor from back in the Valorous days, because that was our guild, Valorous. So I'm hoping that some people will reply and be like, oh my god, dude,
I think you should.
It's been 16
awesome.
years.
Wow.
And you'll have one
and
of
they'll
them
be like, what have you been up to in that time? Well, I still play WoW.
I mean, that's going to be true for everyone. If they're checking the WoW forums, you can assume they're playing WoW. I remember this one guy who named his character when he was drunk. So he named him. He wanted to call him Defender, but instead he called him Defender. So it was like 3 Ds, 4 E's. And then he kept the name, and it was so funny. We called him Def, 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 not Def, as in But it was so funny because, like, in the actual unit frame in the game, it was Defender.
That's almost as bad as someone calling their character Buttocks. Just saying.
Do you know his World of Warcraft character name?
No, oh god, is it bad?
Well, it's not bad. It's cute more than bad.
What is it?
So he plays a druid, and in Warcraft, druids can shapeshift to go into bears, cats, a lot of things.
Yeah.
So he called himself, David?
Calbera.
Calbera.
Yeah. I just thought of it on the spot.
Yeah, I can tell.
I could not actually put a space in between. So, okay.
So you went with Calbera.
No, it's not cow, it's Cabera.
Cabera, yeah.
So that's how the legend of Cabera was born.
Wow, I mean, that's...
meandering about
that's bad.
Dying every so often. You'll see my wisp more than the actual person that I am.
That's very true. Yeah. So if anyone listening is from the server Hellfire back in TBC, and you were in the guild Valorous, I mean, can you imagine the chances that someone that is listening was actually in my old World of Warcraft guild? That'd be insane.
How cool would that be? It would be insane.
Please send us an email. dicewarmers@gmail.com.
Do you know if Mike Mason played World of Warcraft back in the day?
I hate that you're putting me on the spot.
To be honest,
because he's my boyfriend, and I should know that, and I don't.
Yeah, it's not really something they discussed when they're intimate. I can imagine.
Yeah.
But it is a bit awkward. Do you know that about your boyfriend? Oh, poor Mike Mason. I feel really bad for him sometimes.
Do you think he leads a secret life that I don't know?
Yes.
Maybe I've met him online, and I didn't even know. I didn't even know it was him.
Oh, that would be so cool. How funny would that be?
That would be really funny.
You actually been friends with him for years, and neither of you knew it.
Can you imagine? And he's like, yeah, I have this character in World of Warcraft.
I think you'd squeal like a little girl. You'd be like,
probably.
Yeah,
back in 2005, you healed him and healed him again, and he never repaid you until now. But it's interesting, really. Like they're all behind usernames, aren't they? So you don't know really who they are until
you don't know who you're talking to. But
there's a lot of famous people that are playing World of Warcraft that you don't.
Of course, they're going to use names that you can't.
Because even if they did use their real names in World of Warcraft, no one would believe them.
No.
So I like a lot of people who are big World of Warcraft players. I'm trying to remember now, and I'm hitting a blank. But what's his name? I am googling it, people.
Oh.
Yeah. So Mila Kunis, Vin Diesel, Jamie Lee Curtis, Dave Chappelle.
Really?
Yeah. Cameron Diaz is a WoW player. Yeah.
Cameron Diaz.
Yes.
I really don't believe that at all.
Well, you got
that's
a lot.
Nuts.
I mean, that's by her admission. It's not. We didn't make it up.
Well, I don't know. Did she admit to it, or did someone go, "Oh yeah, she totally"?
Oh no! It was like in an interview.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the same with Vin Diesel? Actually, he said he played a lot of it back in the day, and that's why he did The Last Witch Hunter, the film.
Robin Williams played World of Warcraft. Yeah.
Wow.
I can't remember now. There was a really big the guy who played the actor, the Hodor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he plays World of Warcraft.
Ooh, nice.
A couple of big metal band musicians that I can't remember now. Anyway, yeah, a lot of people play. At some point, WoW had 13 million subscribers or something insane like that. So yeah,
it's crazy.
I want to recapture just 1% of that youth, of that feeling. If I can, I'll be happy.
Well, I'm recapturing. Cool. I'm capturing it now, actually, and maybe in 20 years' time, I'll go.
David, we're recording. What are you doing? Stop capturing it.
Oh. Vass. Always lower the tone.
David was doing it.
Always lower the tone. Just.
It's because I'm getting sentimental with Warcraft. I didn't want people hear me cry.
Sure.
Oh yeah, that takes me on to another subject. Is this? I did not know Dragon Quest X was actually an MMO. I did not know
Quest
that.
X?
Dragon Quest X was an MMO.
Was it?
Yeah.
I didn't know either.
I was watching the broadcast and I was going, okay, this is weird.
It was probably not a big MMO because we haven't heard of it.
It's Japan only.
Right, there we go.
Yeah, but they're releasing an offline version for the 3DS.
An offline version of an MMO. That sounds
that doesn't sound like an MMO to me.
Yeah.
No, it's an offline version.
Multiplayer offline.
Offline game.
So play this game by yourself.
Basically.
Like most of my games.
Yeah.
Oh, David, that was really sad.
No, to be honest, I got Ratchet & Clank soon, so I'll be playing that for weeks.
Oh, you meant single player games. Okay, I went another route. Sorry.
Not like Overwatch, I play alone.
Yeah, not like Overwatch. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. So, Cazz, have you been playing any multiplayer games or single player
I've been playing a bit of ESO. To be honest, I've been looking at different mods, and one of the ones that's piqued my attention is the Stardew Valley Expanded. And I want to give that a go. I'm not sure if it's multiplayer or not, though. I'd have to look more into it. But I like Stardew Valley, but they've added in a load of, for the expanded mod.
Oh, yeah.
They've added in a load of maps and things like that. So they've obviously modded it quite a bit. The game that I've been playing a lot recently is Dungeon Siege.
Oh, yeah.
The original computer game, Dungeon Siege.
We're taking Dungeon Siege, you create a dungeon that adventure is going to. Is that
no?
That's Overlord. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's Dungeon Siege?
Is it like a Diablo type thing, where it's top down?
Yeah, it's a little bit like Neverwinter. It's a very old game. I played it a lot when I was younger. And I'll be honest, I just love the game. I can't help it. I've always loved it. I think it's one of my first true loves for games. But it came out in 2002.
Okay.
How come you went back? What prompted the?
It was on Steam, and I've always wanted to play it again.
I'm looking at it now, and it looks really cool.
It is really awesome, and it's actually really, really cheap on Steam as well.
Okay.
And you can play multiplayer online.
That's nice.
Oh, is it online? I don't know if it's online, but you can play multiplayer. Whether it's online or not, I'm not sure because, no one else plays it. But I just absolutely love the game, and it is so straightforward, but at the same time, I don't know. I've always loved it.
I like games that are easy to pick up but hard to master.
Yeah.
So the game always makes you want to become better and rewards you for your effort.
Yeah.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So basically, you start off with your main character, and you've got a choice of 3 different. You can either be ranged, like obviously melee. You've got combat magic and nature magic, and you can actually do all three of them. You can swap between the three all the way through the game. All right, so you obviously pick one, and generally speaking, you start off melee with a little bit of combat magic or healing magic, which is nature magic. It's not just healing, but it's got a load of different things. So like nature magic would be maybe cleric-y type, paladin type maybe, or without the fighting. But yeah, so you obviously go through and you pick up more characters along the way if you want to. And it would be a case of you talk to the person and they say like, oh, I want to go on an adventure. Do you want to hire me? So you can actually hire more people to go along with you. You can also get donkeys to carry all your stuff as well, because you basically going through a dungeon, killing all of these things and collecting the loot from them. You then sell it, and it has got a storyline. But have you ever seen In the Name of the King?
No.
Okay, don't watch it.
Okay.
Because it's a god-awful film. But the film was based off of Dungeon Siege. So you start off, you're a farmer. You get invaded by these like goblin thingies or whatever, and you basically have to save the world. So you've got to fight them off, travel to Stonefeld or whatever, you know, and all this stuff. So it's a really good game, and obviously the more people you hire, the easier it is to fight off the harder enemies as you go along.
But is there a catch? Like the more you have, the potential of losing those followers?
You can only lose them if they die. Or you can off-hire them, because you've essentially hired them for a lump sum, and they will then follow you around and do one of those 4 things. You also have a backpack and stuff like that, so you can give them fresh armor. You basically have another character to do everything with the first character. You know, you can take all of this stuff and off-hire them if you find someone who's better at that skill further along the way.
Okay.
Which sometimes happens, because you know you could have someone all the way along the way, and then you get to a certain point, and you're like, well, this person's actually way better at nature magic than you. Sorry, dude, you got to go. This new person comes along. So
that's something you did in like Baldur's Gate as well, in all those games.
Yeah, and it is very much like Baldur's Gate, Neverwinter, things like that. So I do love that it is very top down sort of thing.
Very top down. How top down is it?
Well, you can actually choose.
Oh,
you can actually go at different angles. The graphics now are not amazing, as I said. It came out in 2002, so but there is a mod to change that if you want to.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean I love the game. I've been playing quite a bit of it again, because the last time I played it was years and years ago. So I actually still remember most of the storyline as well, which is a bit sad. But
if it's a game that's sort of been with you for a while, then yeah, as I say, it's good that you remembered the story and maybe found a different element of the story you didn't find before, you know, on your new playthrough.
By the way, I have a thingy I need to talk about. I just remembered. So
what would you like to talk?
We all know Sandy Peterson, right?
Yeah.
Who?
Oh, David.
Oh,
are you serious? Did you do that on purpose?
Do we have like an hour for me to lecture
tell me you
gaming?
Did that on purpose. Okay, I'll tell you what. Briefly, for those listeners that don't necessarily know who that is.
So if you're living under a rock for the last 40, 50 years.
If you're new to gaming, tabletop gaming.
Sure. Sandy Peterson is like the grandfather of role-playing games and Call of Cthulhu specifically. So he's what we call a god in my universe. So he runs his own company now, Peterson Games, and he's creating some amazing stuff. I think Rob has actually bought one of them, Cazz, like the 5th edition guide to Cthulhu Mythos or something.
Twice, actually. Well, 3 times. They sent it twice in bag packaging. It's arrived really badly.
Okay.
Condition. Twice.
Anyway, so they made an announcement 3 days ago about a new project, and it's a really weird video. Basically shows Sandy Peterson saying, "Oh, we have this amazing announcement for you, and this product will blow your minds," and blah blah. And the phone rings. He's like, "Oh, sorry, I have to take this." So he takes the phone, turns around, so we see his back, and he's having a conversation, and this static comes on, and then he disappears.
What?
So I'm thinking it must be something Call of Cthulhu related.
Maybe.
If you
Cool.
get my
Yeah.
Call of Cthulhu, but because he can't really say Call of Cthulhu because that's a trademark by Chaosium.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think he implied.
Maybe
He did it by phone
collaboration.
call and whatnot.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I mean, if Cthulhu calls you, like, you better pick up, right?
But why the static then?
We don't know, David. We don't know.
Drama. That's why.
So that was 3 days ago. Obviously, it's working because we're here discussing it, and we're like,
Yeah.
what is it gonna be? What are they gonna bring out?
What was the phone? Was it an old phone or a new phone?
I love that you're concentrating on the important stuff, David.
Well,
of the
hang on,
announcement.
no, because if it's an old style phone, then
It was an old style phone. Yes,
If
it's
the old,
based in this
it
era.
wasn't a mobile phone. No.
So it's not modern.
Uh,
Ooh. Yeah, but the thing is, right? Either way, old style phones just look way cooler.
Anyway, can I just say that anything that Sandy Peterson produces, I'm game. Like, I'll take a look. The guy is a genius. Like, amazing game designer. Anything I've played
If
that
Mike
he's
Mason
written.
doesn't take you, then Sandy Peterson would have been the next, yeah.
I was hoping for like a Menage a Trois kind of situation.
Oh, okay.
What?
I mean, why limit yourself?
What?
Oh, David doesn't know what Menage a Trois means.
No.
Oh,
You're so
what an innocent
David.
egg.
I am innocent, yeah.
So when two daddies love a single mummy, that's not necessarily the case. It can be any combination, David.
Okay.
But it's 3 people involved in the act. So that's called a Menage a Trois.
Oh.
It's French.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I know it doesn't sound French when I say it, but yeah, it is French.
Okay.
Yeah.
But do you mean it's going to be a collaboration then?
No. That's not what we were saying. No, it's not going to be a collaboration. Probably. I don't know. Because he has his own Cthulhu line of products, so it doesn't make sense for him to collaborate. Because why would he? Why would you pay royalties?
I mean, you wouldn't, would you?
Yeah, instead of
you'd steal someone else's idea and do it yourself.
No, you're not stealing anyone's ideas.
I'm joking.
I mean, first of all, like, Lovecraft
you wouldn't need.
Lovecraft is public domain anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like no one owns it. But obviously, Chaosium has trademarked Call of Cthulhu as a name in RPGs.
Okay.
So you can't use Call of Cthulhu as something. Anyway, and that's a lot of legalese. We don't care about that. We're gamers. Yeah. We want good games, and we support.
That's all we worry about, really.
Yeah.
Weirdly, I'm just picturing Cyberpunk Cthulhu.
I would love like a far future, like space Cthulhu one.
Well,
futuristic Cthulhu.
That's the amazing thing with, like, especially like a deep space campaign. Like,
who are the those aliens in Cthulhu? What's their names?
All
the
of them.
Clickety-clack things.
They're all aliens. What do you mean?
All right, those high tech ones.
Oh, the great race of Yeeth.
That's it. They would. I mean, they'd work as the baddies for a futuristic one.
They're like observers.
Yeah, but if they decided that the human race had actually fucked up enough, and they were like, right, we're going to destroy this planet and start again.
Yeah, or you go into a far future like space exploration, and you realize that those things you thought were constellations are a totally different thing.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice as well that it's become so advanced that normally, so say, just shooting at this monster wouldn't do anything, but because they have so much advanced weaponry, then
they're just misunderstood.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look,
David sighed at that. He's like, "Oh God."
We call them gods, David, but they might be just amazingly advanced beings.
They probably are just that.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that was my news. I'm excited about that. That was 3 days ago.
Like you interrupted And I'm glad for it because I was going on a bit.
Yep.
Because I was like, I need to fill space with words. I do, however, just want to reiterate to anybody listening, do not watch the film in the name of the king. It is not worth it. In fact, it is so not worth it. They actually released 2 more films after that, and they were just home videos.
But is it bad enough to make it good, Cazz?
No.
Oh, so it's not like The Room.
No, it's not funny. It's okay. It's the thing is, right, it's got Jason Statham in it, so you'd think it would be pretty good. It's got quite a few well-knowns in it as well, not just like it's got Ron Perlman in it as well, and he's usually pretty good.
I'll be honest, I don't know who the fuck that is.
Okay, well
okay. I mean, I'm not like a movie guru or anything, so why would I know him? It's fine.
Well, he was Hellboy.
All right, okay.
So yeah, there's like there are quite a few well-knowns in it.
Anyway, it's a bad movie. Don't watch it.
But it's a bad movie. Yeah, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's probably one of those ones that all the stars in it actually pretend
unless you're really
they aren't
drunk
in it.
and you're with friends, then put it on and have a laugh about how
No,
bad
in
the
that
movie
case,
is.
watch The Room.
Yeah, 100% watch The Room.
Yeah, don't watch it in the name of the king. It's not worth it.
But I would suggest another film with King definitely to watch is A Kid Who Would Be King, which is a very good film.
Kid
Is
Who
it
Would
an
Be
anime?
King.
No, it's a it's not an anime. It's a I wouldn't say it was like a teen film, but it's very, very good. It has Patrick Stewart in it.
Is that the one?
Patrick
That
Stewart.
one, the little boy that pulls out the sword and takes it to school.
Out of the concrete block, yes.
I saw the trailer for that. It actually, to be honest, looked quite funny. It's a British-made film as well, so it's got the British sense of humour.
It sounds ridiculous, but it might be funny. I don't know.
I think that's what it is. It did seem very, very ridiculous because I think he tried recruiting from the trailer. Remember, he tried recruiting the kids in school to be his army,
Right.
and obviously they were not having any of it. I think one of the comments was, "Well, do we get to leave school?" And he was like, "Yeah." So some of them were like, "Oh, okay, I don't have to be in school. Awesome, let's go." So it is very like ridiculous comedy, and I think that's
and I
if
think
anything worth to watch. But otherwise,
have you ever seen Attack of the Block?
Attack of the Block?
Yes.
No.
It's when I'm going to butcher his name. Joe Boyega.
Are you
From Star
having a
Wars?
stroke?
No, I'm just mispronouncing a name. It's where his acting career started, or one of his big breakouts.
Right. Okay.
It's the same director who made that. So it has that sort of very gritty style of humour, but yet a real heart to it.
Fair enough. I mean,
but that's my recommendation if you want to watch anything that has King in it.
Was it? I mean, I'm assuming you're going to say yes, it's good, not just funny.
Yes, it's very good.
So
okay.
just to make sure, you were talking about John Boyega, right?
Yes.
Yes, he was.
Okay, just double checking. Because you
You're
never
kind
know.
of butchering the
You
name
never
a
know
little
with
bit. Yeah,
David.
you do never know.
It's
actually his brother, Jack.
Michael Boyega.
No, because he always gets the first letter right. He always gets the first letter right. So
I'm sorry. I just
don't apologize to us.
Don't
Apologize to John. Okay.
He's sorry, John.
Well-known
messing
actor,
up his
and
name.
he butchered his name.
I know.
Like he's been in Star Wars, motherfucker.
Much like J.J. Abrams butchering the character.
He's been in a lot of things, but
he's not been in the good Star Wars, but you know.
There's a lot of debate whether or not his character should have been a Jedi in the first place.
No,
and that would have been
I haven't seen it. I can, however, watch them all and then recap them to our audience for next time if you really want.
You haven't seen The Force Awakens?
No.
Oh,
you're lucky.
Why not?
The last Star Wars film I watched, other than going back and watching the original ones...
No, we're not talking about the originals.
Rogue One.
Right, okay. Rogue One was awesome. I liked Rogue One.
I like Solo as well. That was good.
I hated
But that
Solo.
was the last one I watched. And I think I watched that in the cinema.
Right.
Yeah.
So
you hate
I watched
Solo?
The Force Awakens in the cinema,
Pardon?
and it was a good cinema experience, but not a good
What
movie.
was that, David?
I was going to say, you don't like Solo?
No, I think the actor who plays Solo is a shitty actor, and he should take acting lessons.
Fair enough.
Well, at least
And-
Woody Harrelson and Emilia
Well,
Clarke.
I'm sorry, you mean you liked him?
Yeah, I really like Solo.
Yeah, but you liked the movie. Did you like the actor who played
Yeah, he
Han
was alright.
Solo?
Yeah, he was alright. Yeah, although he was always paired with better actors around him. So
I don't know. I mean, he's the protagonist. You want him to be not all right. You want him to be amazing. He's a star, and I think he was very mediocre. Anyway, I mean, you know what they say
There's a lot
about
of Solo
opinions.
now.
They're like assholes. Everyone has one.
yes,
Yeah.
if you don't, that's
most of the
a
time they're not
medical
very
condition
pretty.
of some kind that
Like
I
assholes.
Yeah.
Oh. On that
Anyway,
note-
I don't know where we go from there.
I
We
don't.
always
Yeah.
seem to end on talking about like something along those lines, don't we? Oh dear.
I mean, I think the conversation ends when you reach assholes. Like, there's nowhere to go
Yeah.
from there.
It does. It should end when you.
So yeah, I think it's a good ending point for our podcast as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
We're just ending on arseholes.
Can you name a few?
ending
A
on
few
assholes.
arseholes. I'm fairly sure I called Vass an arsehole earlier, didn't I?
Yeah, you
Oh,
did.
yeah, you did,
And
yeah.
you were right
There
as
you
well.
go.
So it
Mhm.
began and started with it.
We-
He did intro us, yes.
it's very,
This
it's almost-
podcast
it's
begins
almost
and
po-
ends with an arsehole.
it's almost poetic in a sense. We're like poets. We're not making a
Well.
podcast. We're making art.
Yes.
Oh, dear Lord!
no.
Please, someone finish the podcast now. Please, Cazz, save us.
Cazz, please.
Okay,
say.
well, from arsehole to arsehole, thank you for listening.
Yeah,
Please
see you next
come
week,
back
assholes.
next week. Please come back next week. I can't promise it will be any better, but I can promise
if you come back next
that we
week,
will laugh.
Cazz
You might not,
will
but we
also
will.
record topless. We guaranteed. So please come back.
What?
Next week.
No. Only if you want to. You don't need to be
Thank-
forced.
Why are you
Thanks,
taking
David. I
offense?
appreciate it. Well, no, because nobody should be forced to record topless.
No, we're not forcing anyone, Cazz. Forcing. Just doing what's best for
Anyway,
the podcast.
Thanks for listening, everyone. See you next week.
Yes.
See you next
we'll
week,
have to
people.
see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
See you all.